Good morning, everyone, and it's me again, Marc MUFC fan, and I got the keys to the kingdom from Mick, so you know what's happening. It's going to be an early morning newscast, short 15 to 30 minutes, and I'm just going to brief you on the happenings going on around Manchester United as we go and the real news. So, to keep you away from the clickbait wankers and the corporate conglomerates that are just trying to be guff. Let's go.
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Hartelijk welkom. Dit is mijn home and I want to achieve success. Okay?
So, my friends, I'd like you to take this time to hit the like, subscribe, and share buttons and enjoy the show as we strap in and get to some of the news and happenings that is going on around Manchester United. And right now, are you hearing all the talk about the Glazers out soon? And we're presumably hoping that's true and it should be announced very, very soon. But now let's start with some more pressing news that are not too bright but must be gone through. And in the first, we have Richard Arnold, and this Manchester United CEO has been questioned again by staff and other members while, his U-turn and the club's U-turn under player Mason Greenwood. And some of them are expressing their concerns, and Arnold was answered and asked to answer questions on Anthony as well. And this, my friends, was a bit of a controversy, and I won't touch too long on this. So I was just about to draw a reference to the fact that Arnold mentioned a few short stuff, and the main points were that there's a legal system that have rules and civility in this world, and they did their due diligence, and it was conducted by the club and third parties. They were clear on their efforts and ensure the facts and were understood and the right thing was done. It has been a joke, the way the media has falsely accused this club of proceeding with knowledge and of degeneracy on behalf of either player, and since neither has been found guilty in the court of law, we do owe a duty of care not just to the victims but our employees and in extension any possible victims of said offenses that still remain allegations. Without basis, it is not a witch hunt, and we are a football club. A football club where players, despite having passionate attitudes, aren't above the law or any fellow man. I don't know what you think about these guys, but maybe you could give me some comments and we could go over it. But I think he's spot on in a sense that we need to keep it on football. And it's about, you know, we have to let the law take its course and everyone must have their opinions. And these players, once if they are guilty of these accusations, they all would need to leave the club because our club needs to be represented by standards. So let's move on to the next topic, right? And this topic is about Anthony Martial, and the number nine wants to be number one. Despite his inability to stay fit or be a beacon at the United spearhead in attack, in recent years, the French international has already declared he will not be accepting a secondary role as striker. In his future, and with the 6 months left on his contract, it seems that we will be keeping a professional attitude and on the way to leaving the club. What are your thoughts on Anthony Martial, my friends? Like I don't know, but at the same time, I'm thinking this is typical Anthony Martial. You know, he's never been able to stay happy or stay focused whenever his role as the first team striker was in question. So, what are your thoughts? I see some of the group chats here. There's 15 likes. Good morning to you, Stephanie Griffith. Oh, Sycamore Lane. And Mick has put in the work properly to analyze the situation, not just to repeat what the media outlets are saying. That's very true. That's very true. Good morning, Robert Bakir. George Banda, it's very possible. It's very possible. Hey, New Driscoll, good morning to you. And how are you doing today? I know. I look a bit sleepy, guys. I woke up a bit late, but we must get the job done. So let's move on to the next slide. I don't see any questions about this. I think everyone might be possibly agreeing with me. So let's move on. And Kobe Mainoo. And this young starlet was not featured in the game a few days ago when we faced Burnley, winning 3-0, I might add. Anthony having a score and other players featuring like Donny van der Beek. It was a good game. And the young star was not allowed to play. But this was just a precautionary measure, sorry, and they just made it so that he would be able to be rested and further saved for the Copenhagen game. So we look forward to seeing the young star very soon, and I hope all you fans are interested, just like I am, waiting to see it, because we all know Eric Ten Hag was very vocal on his disappointment when the young star was injured against Real Madrid in the warm-up of preseason. And we move along. Whoa, and this topic, my friends, yeah, yes, you heard it first. And the young man that we just bought in for £50 million plus add-ons has said that he regrets his move to Manchester United. When asked about his current feeling of Manchester United, it is quoted that Mason Mount has said, United is a storied football club. You go there with the expectation of winning things, not to be sitting in 10th place. And this is very difficult, fans, for me to stomach right now, because I don't know why would he say something like that. I could understand that the team has not been doing well and the performances have not been great, but his performances have not been world class either. And I bet ex-player Luis Saha also agrees with me, because he heavily criticized this player. The statements are replying to what he has said. What have you contributed to the team? You have been unable to connect attack and defense. The chances given you have wasted. Above poor form, doesn't that create anything? And he does not create anything and has no impact on games, unable to master any set position, just another number on the field. Do you agree? Do you really agree with what Louis Saha said? And I see Director Me is saying, seriously, who did Mason Mount talk to? It's a lie? No, he's been speaking while on international duty in the background. And I'm telling you guys, like, I didn't want to bring this news out, but it's there. You can check on a lot of different websites. Caught Offside. There's been articles by the people's person. You need to read. You know what I mean? I'm not just trying to slander the player, but I just would like you all to know that this is the happenings and going and rumblings on, right? So this is another possible problem: injury blow, and the head coach has reported admits the captain has possibly been injured and unable to play and may not feature in any of the upcoming games because of injuries that he carried. So I'm not going to stay too long on Victor Lindelof. He has been doing all right. I would say his performances could be better, because last season he gave more 8 out of 10 performances than he's giving right now, which I would say is probably like a 4 or 5, possibly zero point 0.2 out of 10, you know? So, oh, well, I already spoke on this. Maybe there's a mistake on my part when making the presentation, but Kobe will be back soon. When Copenhagen game comes around the corner, he will possibly be on the bench for the next match against Sheffield United, but he is just being kept safe. And there's another news story making its rounds, and it may be that Facundo Pelestri might be heading to La Liga. The manager of Spanish outfit Sevilla, Alonso, is extremely adamant about having the young Red Devil join his team on loan this January. He believes he could mold this talented winger into the next big star. With 6 starts this season, seems to be more of an important rotational player for United than a surplus to requirements, as United boss has already rebuffed requests for him this summer. So I'm not too sure, but anyone interested, could you let me know what do you think about the stories that we have been talking about it for a while now? And I'm not saying that it is 100% facts, but these are the stories making the rounds, and they have been reported on and they have been done by journalists. So if you don't really agree with what I am saying, well, that's just how life is sometimes, you know? Directing me again here, saying mainstream media is doing everything to sabotage ETH. Well, that's possible. You know, we are Manchester United, and No one wants to see us on top. And this is just how it is. When you take the job, whether it's as a coach or as a player for Manchester United, or maybe even a staff member, it comes with a heavy load of criticism. All eyes are always on you. So you always have to be on top of your game. It's just how it is. David Mann here. Big up. It's not official, is it? But I feel like it's going to happen, but it isn't yet. I don't believe it. Well, with how things are going, it's been so long, 11 months, I think, since we've been going through the possibles transfer story now. It is a saga, and I think everyone needs to just keep focused. Let's focus on football, support the team, support the coach. And Stephanie is saying, keep Facundo. Yes, I agree with you, Stephanie. The young man has been showing good form. People say he didn't do that well against Bayern Munich, but I would tend to disagree. Watching him, I feel like he gave a, a big threat going down the right hand side, and he gave Alfonso Davies a lot of trouble. It's just that Alfonso Davies has a lot of pace, so he was able to recover a few times. But that still doesn't mean his performance wasn't at least a 7 out of 10, in my opinion, facing against the German Giants. So let's go on. I'm going to go back and we're also going to see what I have in store. And this, my friends, is interesting. Reports have been coming in by a lot of journalists that United is possibly going to be under construction in the next 18 months. This is why the board and the owners have refused or resigned the bid to be part of the 2028 Euros in England. So I would like fans to know that maybe it's not a disgrace that we are not part of the stadium crew that's holding matches for the Euros, but it's a possibility that the stadium is going to be renovated at a 1 billion cost or possibly rebuilt at the cost of 2 billion pounds. So this is just some news, and I would like everyone to to just listen and take it for what it is. It's not facts, but it's the rumblings that's going on around the club right now. And it may not be toxic rumblings that might be super interesting, but it's the rumblings that might be positive. Waza, we must congratulate our former player, the number 10. In my opinion, one of the greatest English strikers ever lived. You know, or midfielders, you could say. He joined us for a young age and he was always a top performer. One red that you could always say gave a 10 out of 10, even if it was not just physical ability with heart. You know what I mean? And the United legend has indeed been given the reins at the Midland City side, Birmingham. How will the Blues fare under the Red Devil? If his Derby County and DC United days are to be counted, you can surely expect to see this team competing for top honors and maybe even promotion. Best of luck to our legend as he further travels in his footsteps of other legends before him in the coaching realm. And I would like everyone to give me their opinions. What do you think? What do you think about this? Is it possible we might be facing Rooney very soon in the FA Cup or maybe possibly in a Carabao Cup game? How would you feel watching Rooney coach a team playing against Manchester United? Any thoughts on this? Oh, we're going to go back to this? All right, I'll pause this for a second. Apparently, it's the new owners that are considering, or so it has been reported when with the article, that the stadium is being considered for renovation or being rebuilt. So as we stay tuned with more news that has been recently coming, with Qatar seemingly being in full control and winning the takeover bid, then Compost Smoke's dropping one here. It's a disgrace. We are Manchester United. We were joy ground on par with Luton's in the UEFA's, in my eyes. I can't disagree with you, my friend. I can't, because when the rain pours, it's like a waterfall in that hole. It's not like a dribble. So it's tough on fans right now. I don't really understand why the stadium was allowed to get to this state, but these owners take more time and care more about taking dividends and maintaining what they have. They are owners who don't even understand the simple logic that if you invest in your product, you make more money. So, and I'm not saying they don't invest in the product, but I'm saying they don't invest wisely in the product. Because if they invested wisely in Manchester United, who's to say we wouldn't have been winning the last 5 years in a row or 10? It's been too long, and we cannot end up like Liverpool. You know what I mean? We are Manchester United. Of course, never trust the Glazers. These clickbaiters, they're just in for the clicks. You know, they love to spin and they love to torture us United fans, and we will never trust them. And green and gold until the club is sold. That's why we want a full sale, so we all Qatar in. You know what I mean? Asid Mia is saying, Waza facing Middlesbrough after the international break. Ooh, Waza versus Carrick, right? That's gonna be fun. Fun to watch. Stephanie Griffith is coming in here and she would love to see Rooney back. Back facing United as a coach or back as part of the United setup, and in what capacity, Stephanie? And I think this has been the final slide. And I'm going to just go on and touch on a few things about the international break because I know you all are bored and you don't find interest in international football as much as you do our team, Manchester United. So I will just be giving a few bits and bobs about the different players who will be featuring in this coming days in internationals. And for Manchester United, we have Harry Maguire and Marcus Rashford featuring for England, and they will be playing against Australia on Friday, on October 13th, 7:45 British time. And they will also be facing Italy on Tuesday, the 17th, in a Euro qualifier. We have Scott McTominay, the recent hero with the double, and he will be playing for Scotland, and he is going to face Spain on today at 7:45 in a Euro qualifier, and then France on Tuesday in a friendly. I'm kind of looking forward to see Scott's games. He always performs well for his country. You know, it's more fun to watch him for Scotland sometimes. I hope no one takes offense to that, but you know, he's a good kid. He's been at the club very long, academy graduate. You know, he comes on and gives his best. You know, sometimes I think there are things that happen, and the game against Bayern, he didn't do that, or you know, so we can't always be just hard on him. And maybe he's not quality for Manchester United, but he does give his all when he comes and gets the chance. You know what I mean? We also have Bruno Fernandes and Diego Dalot playing for Portugal, and they will be playing in Slovakia on Friday, 7:45 in a qualifier. Bosnia Herzegovina in a friendly on Monday. And then there's the Denmark guys. Oh, the Scandies. We got Ericsson and Rasmus Højlund. Our striker has been looking in real form in his training, scoring a wonderful back heel, but it's training, so we're not going to exaggerate that. But he has been looking good, and he has play, his hold up, the way he carries the ball and it links up with the teammates has looked better and better in the last few games. So I am very interested in seeing how he performs going forward with each game. And they will be playing against Kazakhstan on Saturday and then San Marino on Tuesday. We have Johnny Evans, who is a red again, and he is playing with Northern Ireland, and they will be facing San Marino on Saturday and Slovenia on Tuesday. And as I mentioned before, our Swedish Victor Lindelof is injured and may not feature, but Sweden will be facing Moldova on tonight and Belgium on Monday. That's a good game. Hopefully he's fit and shines against Belgium. Hey DJ Superfly, what's up with you, my friend? How's it going? And now I will get on to the last bit of internationals. And we have our Turkish goalkeeper who we have yet to see start, Altay Bayındır, and he's facing Croatia tonight and then Latvia on Sunday. And our big man in the center, though he has not been in great form in defensively, he's been in good form going forward. And Casemiro and Brazil will be facing Venezuela on Friday, Uruguay on Wednesday against Facundo. And our young Facundo Palestri is set to start against Colombia tonight. And he will also face Brazil on Wednesday. I'm looking forward to that. You know, I'm from that region of the world, so I pay a lot of attention to the Copa America and the qualifications also in CONCACAF. So I hope you guys don't mind that I might mention some facts about CONCACAF or CONMEBOL. And we have Alejandro Garnacho, who is with Argentina, and he's set to start against Paraguay on Friday and also play against Peru on Wednesday. And this has been new to us, but we have now the African contingent at Manchester United again. And Moroccan Sofiane Amrabat, our recent tank in the midfield, the guy's everywhere and everywhere, is facing Ivory Coast on Saturday and then Liberia on Tuesday. And for Cameroon, we have Andre Onana, and he is going to be against Russia tonight. I don't know if you guys want to check that out. It's an early game at 5 p.m. And then Senegal on Monday. And with the last bit of roundup, we have our guy in the Asian conference who is also from Africa, the Tunisian Hannibal Medri. And he will be playing against South Korea on Friday and Japan on Tuesday. So, what are your thoughts on our players being on the international duty? How do you think that they will do? And what do you hope to see from them? Or do you hope that they all be benched and just rested for Manchester United's return against Sheffield United? What are your thoughts? And Stephanie Griffith is coming in here again. You can guarantee Bruno will be on fire again for Portugal. Easier when teammates are around you and opposition not top notch. I don't know if I agree with that statement, but it would seem to be the case sometimes with Bruno, right? You know, I do agree though. The teammates he has with Portugal are really top notch, but the opposition sometimes often isn't, you know. But Bruno does his thing. Bruno does his thing. And we are up to 25 likes. And again, I have to ask you, my friends, you know, we are not taking your money. You know, we're not trying to sell you anything, just information. And if you are enjoying the show, I would hope that you would like, subscribe, and share so other people can see what is happening. So now this has been a short show, just a short cast, just to let you know what's happening on the corner, you know, around United Way, where we just want to know the facts. We don't want to know the clickbait guff, the stuff that's been recycled. You know, I'm not going to talk about Jadon Sancho. He's out of the team. He's already punished. Whether you like him or you like him not, you know, the manager has to manage, and it's already the situation, and he's already out of the team. And if he wants to get back into the team, he has to apologize. And I'm sure all you fans would agree with this, because at the end of the day, Manchester United is first, and there's no player power here. We don't support that on this channel. You know what I mean? So, thank you. I would like to thank you all for joining me. And I'm going to leave you all with some of your favorite assistant, Bella.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up by smashing that like button. Subscribe if you have not done so yet. If you want to take it to the next level, you can always show your appreciation to sponsor our channel by clicking below the video title, where you will see the heart icon with the text saying, thanks. Or you could buy me a cheeky little coffee by scanning this barcode, or visit this link to buy me a virtual coffee. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. Remember, glory, glory, Man United, Glazers out. It is green and gold until we are announced and sold. That was all from me. I wish you a good day and a great match experience, and I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.